A busy night for local emergency crews as 2 people were shot. Helping those who need it the most, several hundred local people received their first COVID shot today.
Ready for Easter? Well, one local center is providing meals for those in need.
Live in high definition from your news leader, this is 1024 Action News at 11.
Breaking news at 11, Erie police and emergency crews are on scene of an apparent shooting. The calls came out for a gunshot victim in the 1200 block of German Street shortly before 9:30 tonight. According to the Erie County 911 Center, 2 people were shot. One was taken to the hospital. The other was getting treated on scene by Emergicare. There's no word yet on the severity of the injuries at this time. The investigation is ongoing and will have the very latest as it becomes available. With cases of COVID-19 on the rise in at least 22 states, health officials are urging Americans to be patient, get vaccinated, and continue following public health guidelines. Here's ABC's Stephanie Ramos with a story.
Health officials are expressing concern over a potential surge in cases of COVID-19, even as millions of Americans get vaccinated.
We might start seeing a resurgence of cases, which would really be unfortunate. If we could hold on just a bit longer, we could get a lot more people vaccinated, which would make that surge less likely.
22 states reporting increases in the last week. The CDC urging Americans to continue following public health measures like wearing a mask and social distancing.
This has been a long year, but it's going to take us a little while longer.
Vaccine distribution continues to ramp up across the country. Johnson & Johnson on track to deliver 20 million doses by the end of March. 11 million set to go out next week. The White House reporting 3.38 million shots were administered this past Thursday, a one-day record. President Biden now doubling his vaccination goal.
200 million shots in 100 days.
47 states are set to expand eligibility, making the vaccine available to everyone over the age of 16 by the president's May 1st deadline. After California's governor expanded eligibility, some healthcare workers are looking to bring vaccines to underserved communities.
To go to with organized labor to where people work. We're going to be going to houses of worship. We're going to be going to the housing developments.
And some colleges are making the vaccine a requirement. New Jersey's Rutgers University will require students to be vaccinated.
We already require immunization of students for a number of different viruses and diseases, and this really just adds one more to that.
And now the state of New York is launching an app. It's called Excelsior, and it's basically a vaccine passport. It's completely voluntary, but the app allows businesses and venues to scan and validate your pass to make sure you meet COVID vaccination or testing requirements for entry. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, New York.
Over 300 people got their first shot of the Pfizer vaccine this morning. LECOM and other community organizations held a vaccination clinic at the JFK Center for those in Phase 1A. Officials say the hospital is well stocked with the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. LECOM had a clinic on Friday at the Second Baptist Church, and they're looking to have more in the future for those in underserved communities.
That there is no one size fits all, and there's no perfect way to do it. You have to communicate and build trust and educate the community and then make the vaccine available.
We still have a lot of 1A population out in the community, and it's kind of important for us to get into the community. We're also doing cooperative clinics where we work with MCIC here, but also with the Erie County Health Department.
And he tells us people that got shots today will be getting their second dose of the vaccine 3 weeks from today. Here's a look at the latest vaccination efforts in Erie County. 110,687 vaccinations have been administered. In Crawford County, the number's 38,514, and in Warren County, 12,201 shots have been given. Across Pennsylvania, over 4.9 million people have now been vaccinated. And be sure to click on this logo on our website, yourerie.com, with information on where and how you can sign up for a COVID-19 vaccination. Let's take a look at the latest COVID-19 numbers for today. The Erie County Department of Health reporting 49 new positive cases of COVID-19 in the past 24 hours. The total now stands at 18,523. Crawford County reporting 64 new cases, Warren County up 3. Chautauqua County reports a total of 8,119. Ashtabula County reporting 7 new cases tonight. Across Pennsylvania, 7,132 new cases were reported. The total is now over 1 million cases since the beginning of the pandemic. The IRS now says face masks, hand sanitizer, and disinfectant wipes are tax deductible. The agency releasing a statement saying the purchase of personal protective equipment for the primary purpose of preventing the spread of coronavirus are deductible medical expenses. Taxpayers can deduct expenses for PPE if they have medical expenses that exceed 7.5% of their adjusted gross income, and if they get itemized their tax returns. Personal protective equipment includes face masks, disinfectant for use against COVID-19, hand soap, hand sanitizer, and disposable gloves. Senate Republicans are calling for President Biden to visit the U.S. southern border as soon as possible. The White House has not announced any trips like that. However, the administration says it does have a firm grasp about what's going on at the border. The president himself has said that he has seen a large number of migrants trying to reach the U.S., but he says this was expected given the weather this time of year, not to mention the economic situation many Latin American countries are facing. Still, the White House says it is working to address migration issues with several countries, including Mexico.
There are capacity issues in Mexico, which we are in discussions with them about addressing, and they are not in a position to accept and take the families that they have in the past. So that's part of the diplomatic discussions that we're having.
And this week, the White House announcing that Vice President Harris will lead the administration's efforts to address the migrant surge. Easter is on its way, and one local organization is doing its part to help the homeless. Mercy Center for Women had over 30 volunteers today put together an Easter meal to give to people tomorrow on Palm Sunday. Julia Hazel has the story.
It was a struggle. I slept on them benches. I slept out there on the cement in the cold, you know, and it was scary.
Not knowing where your next meal will come from is a scary thought, but was once a reality for Williams, which is why she's helping Mercy Center for Women give the community Easter meals.
I was one of those ones that were out there on the street, you know, I'm grateful to give back to the community as well.
Local businesses have donated to the center to create the Easter meals along with blessing bags.
The ham, putting them in rolls. They will be getting potato chips or pretzels along with water. There's cookies.
Right here at the Mercy Center for Women Gymnasium, they have packaged and assembled over 200 meals for tomorrow.
Who, you know, need a meal, need a lunch, are able to partake, or anybody that's out and about that want to stop by.
After turning her life around with the help of Mercy Center for Women, Williams says she hopes others do the same.
People, you know, so I just want everybody to know, like, you know, you don't have to live that life no more.
Julia Hazel, Jet 24 Action News.
One local company is looking to hire 100 new people to join their team. Airborne, which is an electronics manufacturing company in Lake City, is expanding. Today, the company held a job fair for those who may be interested in being a part of the Airborne team. The company says special benefits and some on-spot hiring is what separates them from other companies.
Second half of the weekend does promise to